Right. Okay. So, let's see if this liveness is translating into the stream. Waiting for Regit. It's like, that's really passive aggressive from YouTube there. Can't believe it. Anyway, hello people. Welcome to the stream. Apparently none of you are here though. It's 0 people. So please be aware that there are Rangers on the screen, right? And we've got some beautiful music from Rangers, hopefully. But the stream isn't for watching, so that's why Rangers are there. The stream, this stream, in fact, is for a little bit of talking. And soon enough, as promised, not within the title, because the title's a pun, but the description, there's going to be a bit of a conversation. But before I do that, you can if you like, DJ, but maybe not for a couple of minutes, because there's something I briefly need to do. So, the plan is, right, that after this stream, I'm going to be using... Oh, that was quite loud. I've got a cup of tea with me. I'm going to be using the premiere feature of YouTube. You remember that? I do, because I used it yesterday. The premiere feature of the YouTube to premiere the new video. But to do that, I need to upload the video, and it's in its final stages in iMovie. I just need to check it over. So I'm going to commentate to you live while I check the video over. And then, once it's uploading out of iMovie, we can get the actual part of this stream started. Yeah, that's the one. That's the word. I didn't know my words. Also, lag, thank you for pointing it out. But also, I can't help you with that. I have no control over it, and it's probably going to get worse while the file's exporting from iMovie. So we're just going to have to make do, I'm afraid. But wow, 100 people here. They're excited. I love your videos. Oh, thank you. Yeah, thank you. I was going to make some joke, but that's just a nice comment. Right. What do you use to stream? We use an OBS currently. Oh, it's quite a strong tea, this. Anyway, let's go through my video then. It's horrible listening to myself, honestly. Oh, hang on. I see the issue here. You would have heard that, but I wouldn't have heard that. So what I briefly need to do. How do you have your tea? In a mug. Although milk-wise, I assume that's what you mean. Little bit of milk, don't brew for very long, and no sugar. That's how I have my tea. If you're planning to send me some tea. Who would plan to send me some tea? Anyway, I need to make my thing go into headphones for now, which I'll get blasted by Battle Cats Rangers. Yep, turn that off. Right. Okay. So you'll just have the sound of silence for a little bit, which I'm sure you guys actually prefer to Rangers, while I finish off this flipping video. We're watching it through, and we're about 5 minutes in. It's funny, because I think I'm funny. Oh! I can't even quote my video at you, because that'll be spoilers. Ah, let's change that. Oh, when I'm mixing up my worms. There's a bit of mixing up of worms. Right, is that better? Cut that. Oh, iMovie is responding so slowly. This is awful. My computer can't handle it. cup of tea. Because it's really difficult to talk over myself whilst I'm listening to myself in the video, trying to work out if everything's in order to be uploaded out of iMovie. So I apologise for the sort of protracted period of silence. But I delayed it till 8 o'clock, and I didn't want to delay it any further because otherwise people would shout at me. So I'm glad you're all patiently waiting. Also, hello everybody. Right, we're 7 minutes into the video now. Let's keep going. Here's a little challenge for future watchers of this video, because we might as well do a bit of a ooh here. At one point in the video, I had to use a word from further on in a sentence to move it backwards in the sentence, attached with a different part of a different word, in order to make the sentence make sense. When you're watching the video, try and identify where that is. If you can't identify where that is, I've either phrased the question badly, I haven't, or, my preferred way of thinking of it, I've done a very good audio edit, which I'm laughing at, so it probably isn't true, but, you know, there's a little thing for you. See if you can find it. I should probably know where it is myself, so that if people say, okay, now I know. This is highly uninteresting, isn't it? I do talk a load of rubbish. Oh, I hope you'll enjoy that. Oh, what's that? Was that iMovie being dodgy, or was that a huge gap in my video? Oh. I think it was iMovie being dodgy, ladies and gentlemen. That makes no sense. Oh, foreshadowing. Okay, one last thing to sort out. Oh. Yeah, that'll do. Right, we're done. Let's export this boy. Now I can actually start speaking. Export it into a flipping file. That's my boy. Come on, iMovie. No, it's not flexing with my Ubers. Get out. The Battle Cats. I literally don't even know what I'm going to call it, and I'm the one who made the video. Upload. Right, okay. Right. Next. iMovie. Don't crash. Oh. Ladies and gentlemen, we have liftoff. Okay, that's good. Right. Oh, wow. A lot of people have left. Hello, and thank you people who are staying. We're now sorted and done. We can get on with things. So, now I can go back to doing this and then doing this. So you can hear Rangers again. Don't you love it? Right, so, I believe the person who I'm speaking to wants to address some things to start off with, and then we'll get into the L chat, I think. So, I can't spell. Typing with Regit, can you believe it? I've come to a stream. I waited all day for a Regit stream, and what's he doing? He's typing. Anyone can type. Regit can't even type properly, and I'm listening to Regit type. Why is he doing that? Don't worry. Hey, is this typing? Kobe's here as well. Hello, Kobe. Looks like there's going to be no preliminary chat then. We're going to jump straight into it in the words of them themselves. Voice and video settings. Output device. HDMI. That sounds about right, I think. That's my monitor. Okay, I'm going to turn my microphone around a little bit so it can hear both of us a little bit better. Right. Okay. So, yeah, what I need to do now is take my headphones off. I think that's right. Yeah, you can still hear me. I can still hear you. That's probably about right. And I should probably take the headphones out. And then the whole stream dies. Right, the headphones are out, ladies and gentlemen. I've just technologied. So, you can still hear me, can't you? I assume. Can you still hear me? Heck yeah, you can. Right, let's see if we can get some more technology working in the stream. Okay. A big 3, a big 2, a big 1. Start voice call. Technical disaster we're hearing of. Right, stream's over. Oh. Right. Okay. Discord's being restarted. Can you believe it? What are we going to chat about while we wait? Oh. Oh. Everything's broken. Regit, did you even? That sounds so disparaging, doesn't it? Oh my god, Regit, did you even? Idiot. Apparently we got some technical difficulties at the moment. Accents, yeah, no, let's not do that again.
Hello?
Oh, hello?
Hello? Things going? Things working? Things working out?
I think we got it working.
Well, that's that, I guess. I told you I'd get it working.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, hello.
Hello.
I take it this is probably your, first time hearing me.
Yeah.
Sorry if my voice is kind of wonky. I'm using monitoring, which I'm not very used to. Which is basically when you hear your voice being played back to just to make sure that the microphone quality is alright.
Mm-hmm.
I don't have the streamer. I should probably remedy that.
I mean, I've realised that we've sort of set this up with no idea what is actually going to happen.
Well, yeah, I just kind of figured play it by ear and all that.
So I guess the chat can play some part in that.
I suppose, yeah. That makes sense. So, I suppose probably not everyone knows who I am.
Seems like it.
Some people seem to recognize me. Oh boy, people want a death match. People want a cage match. Trust me, he'd win. Crossover of the century. Why did I give Discord? This is not an Aviivix Q&A. This is. This is Regit's show. This is Regit stuff. Regit time. So, everything's still working?
Yeah.
Alright. That was probably overwhelming.
Mute your rangers. Right, okay.
Huh?
Mute Battle Cat's Rangers. Some people have no taste. Right, okay. Battle Cat's Rangers is muted.
Oh, but that's good music!
It is good music. Right, well, let's start off with some questions in the chat. Who are you?
I am... Oh, hold on. I'm I am someone who can't stop playing with her microphone. um, I am Aviivix, or Avi, depending on who you ask. Um, I am, well, was the owner of a large server in the community, and I have been pretty outspoken about criticisms with, uh, I'm trying to think of the word, the U parallel for yours truly with Regit. That was the big stink. It was this big thing, you know, people freaking out like, Avi's like the anti-Regit, but but yeah, that was the big meme. That's the whole deal. I know a couple people in here, DJ Cats, Kobe, I see in there. Anti-Regit, but really, it's not even that I, you know, I'm sure, you know, stuff gets lost in translation, but I don't hate Regit. I don't hate, you know, you're right here. I don't hate you, you know. I am just blunt, I suppose.
Mm.
And I guess this is crossover of the century, apparently.
Yeah, well, it's probably taken me a while to realise, but the best way to resolve things is to actually speak to people. So I guess this is now our situation. So I don't know what this is, and I don't know really if it's best that I ask, but people have been talking about a grand speech.
Yeah. Basically, the whole dealio is that people on Discord, be it in my server or the Reddit server, they often ask about like why do people not like Regit, and you know, it personally bothers me a lot when people make like they say like, oh, Regit is stupid, I hate Regit, and when someone asks why, they're just like, cause he's garbage, and you know, that's not helping anyone. That's just making people upset. It's confusing people, and if there is a very real reason for situations, I don't think, you know, I understand that it's annoying to re-explain the same thing like a million times, right? You know, especially if it's long. You know, people say that the Regit essay, you know, it is, you know, a spiel, but you know, I try to, you know, if people are genuinely curious about, you know, the history of it, you know, since most people don't care enough, you know, I try to explain things thoroughly. And I do clarify that, you know, a lot of this, you know, it's not because, like, well, for other people, I can't really speak. But for me, anyway, it's not because, like, oh, I want Regit to fail. It's quite the opposite, actually. Uh, you know, it's, you know, they say tough love, you know, harsh reality. You know, I really actually kind of, you know, I want to see you succeed, and I want you to come back and stuff like that, because I know there are some things that people get at you for. And let me preface, well, not preface, but, you know, let me insert that I have been out of the loop for since like March. So I have literally no idea what changed or did not change since then. But that's the whole deal with the Regit essay. It's that it's if people want to know about the whole history of the situation, they say, go to Abby, she'll give you the Regit essay. You know.
Yeah, I mean,
and
well, no, what were you gonna say?
I said, you know, I just, again, I don't know what changed or what didn't change or what got better or if anything got worse. So I don't really feel at liberty to, you know, throw that around anymore because it's like it's dated. You know, a lot can happen in what 12 years. How long has it been since March? You know, a lot can happen at that time, and you know, the fact that you approach me is already a sign that something happened. You know, so
Hmm.
I just kind of figured that I'm not fully like I can tell people the old situation, but I will, you know, I expressly mention that I think the latest that this dates to is February, and that a lot could have changed. So I don't like throw it around anymore.
So if we picture this as back in February, can we perhaps, because it would be something to actually do within the stream, and I can't think of really doing anything else, is going through bits of the speech that you feel like you would read out and then talking about it?
The biggest thing is that I actually rewrote it every single time. I didn't have like a copy paste speech or anything like that. I considered making it a few times. I considered making an elaborate video on it that was more constructive than the Regit progression, because that really, that was up for a little while, and I wound up unlisting it. It was private for a while because I just didn't really agree with the tone that I was using in that video because it didn't feel as, you know, I don't know what the word is, like constructive as I really wanted it to be. And I was planning on remaking it a few times, and I just didn't, from, you know, people telling me, you know, let it go, you know, it doesn't matter, you're putting effort into nothing, you know, whatever. But the speeches themselves, I'd have to go through and find a good one because a lot of them wound up incomplete because the person had to go, or it was 3 in the morning, or, and it's been a while. I have to try and think of who got it. So, but I mean, I could give you the gist of what was in it back in February from what I remember of it.
Yeah, we could do that. Yeah.
I think most of it was just the breakdown of, from, you know, I don't think I illustrated much super in the past. Before then, you know, I was sticking to the recent-ish events. There was that one stream that I don't think is there. All right, first of all, have you seen the regular progression?
No.
It was a compilation of. It was one stream. I think it was the stream. You know, I can't just say the stream with Muddy Puddle, but I think that was, yeah, that was the one where you blanked out the chat.
Oh, right. Well,
Yeah,
I say
that
oh, right,
stream.
not actually remembering what one that was, but I assume I roughly know what you mean, yeah.
Yeah, it was the one where you blanked out the chat, and you know, before the stream even started, I kind of, this was a lot when I was the most frustrated, and I knew that what I wanted to do was record a stream and then cut it that shows, you know, people kind of what people are referring to when they talk about certain things that, you know, maybe don't always show up in videos, but do show up in streams, just, you know. And it was a supercut that was sped up 1.5 times, and I was trying to, you know, I was trying to not just put the whole stream on there, and I was trying to, pick and cut and edit everything. I think it was a 12-minute video of a lot of stuff there was commentary in the description, and there was a pinned comment. Um, and that was, I think, with the highest amount of frustration, because I forget what that came right after, but it was right after some big, stupid situation. This supercut just kind of had, stupid things that were, a combination of the self-depreciating humor, the, going on about other YouTubers or having jabs at other YouTubers like Anwar, which, let me just say, I don't know anything about Anwar. All I know is that Anwar is, whatever. He's another person, and, that was one of the big things that people didn't like, was that, the frequency of, most YouTubers just kind of keep to themselves, do whatever, and just ignore the Chilhas and Anwars and whatnot. And it was the Anwar stuff, the guide maker comments about, how, again, I don't know what changed, but I know back then there was a lot of the strategy doesn't work. There were a couple times, I think, I was watching, I think once or twice that I can remember specifically, that like Woofa and I would watch something just for a bit, and then you would comment about you're using a Woofa strat and the strat doesn't work, and he would point out like, oh, the timing on this isn't right. He would point out all of the parts that, were not executed properly, or certain cats that were missing, that, it was just a lot of mostly what people were already saying, but it was meant to be like a consolidation all in one specific, thing. It was supposed to be just like all this stuff, that you could just pick it out of different videos and, find scattered throughout. But I wanted to kind of have some sort of, this happens frequently enough to where I can just attend a random stream and see a lot of it. That was mostly the point of it. But again, looking back, it seemed a lot more aggressive than nowadays I would have put it, because I think at that point I was just far too frustrated with a lot of this stuff to really make things not as toned, if that makes sense. There's a lot of stuff that if you read it, how sometimes you read a sentence and it just reads aggressive?
Yeah.
It just reads hostile and mean. I think because of just how fed up I was with trying to do something about it, that happened way more often than I probably would have otherwise. And that's the reason why I unlisted it, and it was private for a while. I mostly just didn't agree with how I presented a lot of it, and some of it was nitpicking. Some of it was nitpicking, but it was nitpicking on a point of, all these small things are small on their own, but the fact that they are all here at the same time type of thing, there was the whole, I think there was a mini, a little quarrel with Muddy Puddle in that stream about, something happened, like you hit the chat, there was the the whole stupid replaying and, memeing out of if people can't be civil, and civil people. It was a big joke. But there was the big deal made out of Muddy Puddle saying that he didn't see anything wrong, and he went to look in the chat, and all he found were people helping and stuff like that. Um, there was the big spiel that I think you made about, it was like about, like, oh, you need to know your place and whatnot, and Muddy Puddle asked, are you just going to be sad forever? And he said, I should think I am, yeah? And, there are those kinds of things that were just meant to illustrate just kind of like the problems that some people have, and, the frequency of it, and how it, and, I've, in the past, like, weekish, I looked through some of your videos just to see, like, I wonder what happened, I wonder what changed in the past 100 years that's that's passed, and it seems all right. It seems mellow. Doesn't seem nearly as crazy as things were back then, which might also have to do with me not really being in the zone, because at the time it was a big deal of, it was, I was so frustrated. I think a lot of it came down to just me being so frustrated with trying to fix stuff, and, like, I would talk to Kobe and DJ Katz and Lucas sometimes, and I would try to help a lot with some things, but I was just too angry, I guess. I was too heated just with all the stuff that I was trying to handle and fix, on top of the stress of the actual server itself, because that's also something that was a factor at the time. The the whole Regit essays where I would, explain things in detail and stuff like that. It was exhausting. That was the big thing. And I think if I were to go back with a non burned out eye, if I were to go back, like, now, where I have not touched the Battlecats community for, like, 150 years, I feel like I would have done it a lot differently. But I think it was mostly just pressure to not, to leave it alone and whatnot. And it was just, and I say this a lot, especially in the Regit essays, the Regit essays that I would give to people, but it never came from a standpoint of wanting to, tear you down or destroy you. It's literally the opposite. If if I wanted to see you fail, I would not touch you. I would not bother. I would say, oh, Regit's stupid. That's it. I wouldn't go in detail or invest so much time into trying to pinpoint, the problems the community has, how it could be circumvented, maybe problems that, obviously I'm not a therapist or anything like that, but I know there are some problems that I can relate to, some methods that might help, because, I'm not gonna sit here and posit that I know Regit's not really depressed. It's all an act, and suspicions are suspicions, but it's like there's nobody who can really say besides you.
Hmm.
You know how you feel, and how you portray it is you know is your own way. And if there are problems, then you know I wish you luck in working through them. I would definitely open myself up to be someone to talk to. Of course, at the time there was literally no chance of any sort of like it's this sort of I with how aggressive I was. I don't think it would have run down very well, just from a standpoint of I was way too hostile, which I will own. I was, you know. It it was just it was a very interesting time. I always wanted to see you succeed and rebound, and you know, and people would always tell me that I'm wasting my time and stuff like that, and it's just, it is what it is. And I through all the time I was in the Battle Cats community, people always said, Avi, you're Regit's #1 fan. I'm like, yeah, real funny. You know, it's like, if you think about it, it's like, I've always just kind of wanted to just help in some way, even if it was like clashing, or even if it was as mediator or any of that sort of stuff. It was all from a place of I didn't want to tear someone down. I wanted to help someone succeed, through what I saw from both sides, you know. Everyone is. Everyone's going on in chat. I see my name added so much. But yeah, that's the long and short of it. It was mostly just it was stuff that everyone knew, but it was a lot of people didn't, because they were new to this situation. Maybe they were new fans, or they didn't pay attention to like the community in other veins, or it was all the same kind of stuff that people said a lot, with the exception, the strong exception. I know I'm kind of going on. I'll give you a chance to talk just a second. I'm sorry. There was a very strong exception of the whole. There are. I'm not going to minimize this. There are people who hate you because you're bad at the game, and I think that's stupid. And I never ever use that as something, because I think it's stupid. I'm bad at the game. I'm worse than you. But it was it was a situation. It was whatever. And I just, where was I? I lost myself. But yeah, long and short of it was I just kind of explained, the situation with the depreciating on stream type of stuff, the ignoring help type of stuff, the whole guide maker situations, the just the general conflicts. And I just kind of mentioned that, there's nothing wrong with liking Regit. I think it's great. I think it's whatever. Just, understand that there is history. There is reasons that people don't like him. And whether you choose to take those reasons and like him, that's great. You take those reasons and don't like him, then whatever. But I wouldn't say abandon him. I would just say, acknowledge that, is a thing, maybe posit that, you know, if you give advice and stuff like that in chat, maybe mention it, it that helps in some way that, you know, makes sense and is not as aggressive, you know, because I clearly couldn't do it. And it was a very long, I didn't come in here wanting to ramble, and it happened anyway. Whoops. Why do people assume Aviivix is a boy? What is the chat doing? The chat is... the chat's going on without us. But yeah, it was all meant to be explanation and not meant to sway. It was not meant to turn people against. It was meant to, you know, it was meant to help. And a lot of stuff I've told you through Kobe and Lucas, you know, it's meant to help you. If I didn't want to help you, I wouldn't be wasting my time, you know? I'm not the type of person, I don't find any pleasure in tearing people down. I don't find any solace in watching people fail or destroying somebody that I don't like. It's all a matter of, like, you know, I guess I kind of related with some things. You know, you have potential and stuff like that, you know, you have a presence in the state, like as in a stage presence, you know, you have potential, and I wanted to, you know, help earn that respect back for you, for the community as a whole, because, you know, I thought there was a chance, I guess. And, you know, again, I don't know what changed, and, you know, as far as I know, you know, I know there are some people that mentioned, you know, Regit kind of mellowed out. Regit's, you know, a little better now. And the chat.
Like, I think certainly back then, back in those days, there was a lot more of the people who were definitely very annoyed by the fact that I was bad at the game, and that although I did recognise there were people helping, there were equally, I think the one thing people didn't see was when I tried to recreate what people had suggested to do, I couldn't do that, but the message came across in the wrong way, that what I said sounded more like I was having a go at their strategies, where really it was just the fact that it was unrealistic, expecting me to be able to do a certain thing. But I mean, I think I've communicated that better now, but certainly back then that was a lot bigger of a problem, and then that sort of made me angry at a lot of other people. And I mean, you weren't to know, but I think it was quite annoying for me back then when you were sort of talking through other people rather than just like directly contacting me about it.
I think at that point, the only reason I wasn't directly contacting you was I didn't share a server. I tried to friend request you like a couple times.
Yeah.
And it was like, Regit has hired a samurai to delete all requests. It's like, yeah, I get it. You're a YouTuber. That makes sense. You know, that was really the only reason I didn't talk to you directly. And when I was in your server and I was doing all the bot stuff for it, I talked to you through DJ Cats because I knew there was already that kind of, you had a certain opinion formed about me.
Yeah.
And I didn't want to, like, intrude and stuff like that.
Like, sorry, in all honesty, I didn't trust you being in that position because I hadn't really spoken to you properly. You know, I thought...
No doubt. It was shady.
Why are you here? Why have you got administrator? Are you going to destroy my server? But, I mean, like, yeah, it's always a lot better to talk things out, and I think that was a big problem of how it was in the past, that nobody really was in a position to talk to each other on reasonable terms.
Yeah. I think that was the biggest problem, was communication and stuff like that. And, there were plenty of situations where, you know, like I've seen screenshots and stuff like that of people trying to talk to you about certain things, and it be like talking to a brick wall at some certain points.
Mm.
The one that comes to mind, I think, is the who was it? Oh my god! It was some person who like used your name in the title of the video.
Anwar?
And yeah, that was him. That was him. There was like a big thing, and I think you knew that I was talking by proxy.
Yeah.
At that situation, yeah. I forget who I was talking to through Lucas or through Kobe.
I think it was both of them, and
Yeah,
about that. Like, I remember what they said about what you said, and I knew instinctively that, you knew exactly what you were talking about, but what I was being told wasn't really what I wanted to get at. It was just the fact that Anwar had sort of done this thing that was, like, well, just using other people for his own benefit without talking to them or, like, doing a collab with them, and I was just unhappy about that. But I think maybe, perhaps, if I just done a sort of more neutral comment towards Anwar, being like, I haven't liked what you've done there, that probably would have been a lot more reasonable.
You've done this.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Yeah, it was mostly, I'm not a lawyer. I don't claim to be a lawyer, but it's something that I've dabbled in a lot, and a lot of it was frustrating because, all right, put it this way. Y'all didn't hear it from me, 85 people watching, but I've gotten into long stretches with a certain red-hatted YouTuber about this kind of stuff, and I get frustrated about it really easily. Like, not relating to you, but just like the fair use copyright stuff. It wasn't YouTube related. It was something completely different. But I deal with this kind of thing a lot, and there's a certain amount of frustration that comes from knowing exactly what you're talking about and explaining it, and having the other person say, "No." That's really that was, and it's funny when you look back, but I also remember there was a time that I didn't even take it bad. This might have been the same situation, actually, now that I think about it, where it was like, I'm trying to remember the phrasing. Oh my god. Kobe, you remember this. I know you remember this, because I think you told me. There was a thing that you said about me. I'm not gonna say it on stream, but it was, I think you know what I'm talking about. It was very funny. It's like, actually, Avi, it might have been that same situation. Kobe, come on, help me out here. Was it the same situation? Oh god, the situation surrounding it. Oh my god. Kobe, you failed me. I hate you. I can't remember. It was just this thing where, like, focused on Discord, really? Likely story. Anyway, point being, there was something funny that you said where I thought I was getting through, and then it was like you just said actually, and then you just like insulted me somehow, and it was more funny than it was frustrating, I think. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I can't keep it together. Oh my god. I am going nuts. I'm losing it. Yeah. It was funny. That's it. That's all. That's all. That's all it was leading up to. I think was that it was funny. Kobe, I'm gonna find it. I swear to you. Oh no, this is stream. Oh no, my internet. Oh no. Oh no. Regit, you still there?
Yeah.
Okay. My internet is uh uh words, words, words. Failing. I love the conspiracy happening in chat right now. Hold on a second. Hold on a second. There we go. Redunculus. It's been taking everything out of me to not swear during this whole thing. I don't know if I slipped. I honestly don't remember. Hey Regit, help me out. How good of a job have I been doing keeping my disgusting potty mouth under control?
I think a perfectly good job. I mean, as long as I don't swear, I think the streams are fine. It's just, you know, they'll bully me if I swear, but not really when other people do.
This has been an hour? Has it? No, it hasn't. Has it? Oh my god, it has. Damn, time flies. It's a little bit buffering, but PT12 violation. Guys, I'm gonna say a bad word. Guys, you ready? Stupid head. Not safe for Turkey House. Or like slowly killing myself. I'm not gonna be able to breathe by the end of this. You doing alright?
I'm just wondering how you're managing to see stuff in the chat before I do. Like, the message you're responding to appeared as, for me, as you were responding to it.
Which one?
Oh. I can't even remember now.
Maybe internet. I just have the stream open myself. Like, I just have it open in Chrome. Just watching chat. It's probably just a matter of connection, to be honest.
Yeah. Does anyone else have any... Oh.
No shouting. Oh, great headphones. Sorry for interrupting.
People have anything to suggest talking about?
I'll be in Regit Q&A! Art? What art? No Fortnite? Shut up, Yark. No! No! No, I'm in the emote! I'm too close to my computer! Stupid, fan.
This year before 2018, someone is living a year in the past.
What? Oh, I see. I'm gonna answer that question. No. Regit is never gonna play any other game ever again. He has sold his soul to Ponos.
Yeah. And in return, Ponos are giving me Growing Strange. It's very kind of them. I should have probably clarified to the chat that I mean questions that would be sort of less Q&A, more kind of suited to this...
A topic. Well...
Yeah.
So, now, on the topic of... You know, I have a question for the chat. Now, this is an open question. Besides this amazing person I'm pretending is sitting right next to me, who would you want to see in a BattleCats YouTuber collab? Because that is a funny thought. Because, right, first of all, I just want to point out, I don't think I said this before, but whoever designed your character, Regit, is like a genius. Because it's actually a really nice design. It's like simple, but it is recognizable, which is something that's very hard to find a balance.
The profile picture?
Yeah, like the character that your mascot.
There's a person called Snowflake Bottles, but past that, I have no idea who they are, and I haven't, seen them since the channel art competition.
Wait, so the character just stemmed from the channel art?
Sorry, not channel art. There was a profile pic. So a long time ago, I had a Minecraft profile picture that was an R to represent the Regit, and then someone suggested that I have a profile picture. I was like, yeah, people make a profile picture. I had a little competition, that one won it, and then after that, I never saw them again. I mean, I don't think I ever actually saw them. I only knew that was their name because that's what it says in faint sort of font on the profile picture.
So the colors and stuff, that was all by that person?
I can assume so. I'm not sure.
Like that wasn't in that wasn't in your logo before.
Oh no. It was literally just a screenshot before.
Damn. Well, must have been a combined effort then, because how did that? Wait, hold on. Oh no, that is in the logo. I'm mistaken. I was wondering where the blue ears happened, but that's in the logo. You have Discord called DJ Cats. Alright guys, I am actually DJ Cats. That's my DJ. That's my stage name. I go by DJ Cats. Not to be confused with DJ Cat. Yes, Joseph, you are a girl. No, not Wufa. Wufa does not need to be anywhere near this. Regit doesn't even know what Puyo is. Do you?
No.
Okay, good. This is just a Q&A. Alright. I feel like this isn't helpful. Chat, you're disappointing me. I just like it when the chat disappoints me. I'm playing with you. If you had a file format, of course. I need a chat. Nope. It's not a Q&A! So, I got a question, Regit.
Mm-hmm.
What was the first that you'd ever heard of me? That's something I'm curious about.
I'm fairly sure that you did a couple of comments on videos a long time ago.
Really? Were those comments the first time? The first interactions?
So the only interactions that I remember were I saw these comments that, as you said back then, were quite heated, and then after that, you being relayed through Kobe and Lucas, and then you turned up in a stream chat once, and I said, "Are you this person that I've talked to before who was much less polite?" And I think you replied something like, "Oh, I don't know, maybe." But I thought you were two different people. Because that was it. An Archer Cat profile picture. That's how I remember what it was. And then being relayed through, and then Spoonbot, and then now, really.
Really? Oh my god, that changes a lot. Now that I think about it, I never thought about this from the other perspective before. In terms of, I probably just came out of nowhere for you, like, because I was just talking to Lucas and I don't know about Kobe for a while, because for a while Kobe was just some mysterious figure that I knew had some loose association to you, and was like some. I remember his name from the Lucas response video to your thing.
Oh,
yeah. That was the first I think I've not heard of you, but like I heard of you, and then I saw the Lucas video before I even saw the other video. I actually don't think I opened that video for a while, and I was I was like talking and getting into this kind of stuff for a while before I think I left those comments, and I didn't even realize, I don't think, that that was the first you heard of me. Like my my stuff with you was a lot more extensive and I guess felt more personal than the other way around because our actual interactions were very few and far between.
Hmm.
That's really interesting to look back on now that I think about it. Watch your pie hole. Don't you tell me what to do. I know there's probably been that level for like 5 years, but Uber tears. What about? 19. That's how old I am. Archer Cat, my first. What do you mean? First in relation to what? Oh. Frick. I am remembering there was there was a situation because Archer Cat, that's your meme, right?
What, me?
Yeah.
No. Well, I mean, the first I don't think it was, no. That it was, I mean, it was generally accepted back then that Archer Cat was a meme, and then it became a non-meme. But I think I only remember seeing it mostly in Cattle Bats, which was Woofer, wasn't it?
Yeah. Cattle Bats is not Woofer. But, oh wait, no, yeah, Cattle Bats is, I'm thinking of Battle Cat. Different, yeah, Cattle Bat, that's Woofer. What? Ramen. That's your meme. That's yours.
Oh, ramen, yeah.
Yeah. I was thinking about the wrong cat. It's been like 165 years since I've done this stuff. Yeah, ramen is your meme. I remember I was talking with the boys about what cat people associate with different people around. And because it was funny. This wasn't like the situation or anything serious, but it was like I was frustrated because I was like, because I really liked ramen because I like the design and stuff like that, and I had like an anthropomorphic ramen cat that I posted every now and again, and I remember I was talking to someone, I forget who, Lucas made it, but Regit stole it, you dirty thief. I'm joking with you, but
I mean, I think it's been a tradition that I kind of steal Lucas's memes, and then he's like, please don't meme about that anymore. People are saying that Gestalt decay is impossible, and he gets steadily more annoyed until steam comes out of his ears.
Anyway, I mentioned that was also Kobe, your nurse cat. No competition at all. What do you? I was like, because there was this big thing because people associated me with Archer at first because it was the avatar for Discord Cat, which is that big server I was talking about. Which is actually funny. Side tangent. The Discord Cat avatar was Archer Cat. It wasn't actually because of the Archer Cat meme. It was, in fact, I didn't even know about it when I set the avatar. It was because I think February, March, April. Yeah, literally 1 month before the server was created, my cat died, and his name was Archer. And I set the avatar to Archer Cat to kind of commemorate him. and only later did I realize that it was a meme. So people associated me with Archer Cat initially, and then it was like it was a split because people associated Archer Cat with just the meme. Uh, and then I got really into ramen, and then I got salty because I was like, wait, Regit stole ramen from you didn't even stole ramen from me, but it was like it's like I can't use ramen either. And then I tried to force it by setting my avatar to little cat, little axe, because I thought little axe is cute, and you can all shut up. Little axe is cute. Um, and that was a big thing. No. Little axe is kind of a Regit meme because the whole the little dark thing, right? Was that a Regit meme?
The what? Sorry.
Little dark.
I mean, I remember doing one video trying to do it. I don't remember it being a meme.
No, yeah, because that was yeah, I think I was talking to Ufa, and he mentioned how you can like basically solo Little Dark with ramen or something like that, and that like the way you did it was just like because we were laughing about how somehow you found a way to lose Little Dark with ramen. Yeah, that was what I mean. So I was this close to not even having Lil Axe because of that. What? What? DJ Cats? What? Procky Boy? What was that?
Procky Boy? Lufalan Pasalan, one of the Nekalugas, because he procs, we called him Procky Boy.
I remember that, yeah. Going back now. Oh, now I'm remembering all these stupid meme comics. I mean, what was that? I was so close. I was. Oh no! I said the bad word. Whoops. Colby, what? What do you want? Oh. How fitting. No. My computer is chugging. I received Little Dark stage was when Regit was using ramen for the history cat combo on the first row instead of the second row where he was having issues spamming him out and eventually lost. Yeah, that was the thing. It was just that because I think we were watching it together, and that was the thing where he was like, he's not sending ramen out fast enough. Woofa's gonna get mad at me, but one more Woofa story. I was watching some video where you were doing the what's that, Mushashi? Is that what it's called?
Yeah.
Yeah, doing that stage, and we were picking out the like execution stuff that because we go through that every now and again, just privately between us. Well, not anymore, but it was we were pointing out what went wrong, type of thing, and then I was like, you know what? I'm gonna prove that 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 uh, anyone can do it. I'm gonna do it, and I put the phone out, and I went onto the stage with the hello. I'm sorry about that. Oh no. Oh no, that wasn't internet. I unplugged my microphone by accident. Yes, Regit killed me. Hit me with the old 1-2. But alright, so I took out my phone. I went with everything in the strat. And I tried it like 6 times. And I couldn't do it. I kept panicking. And he was like, oh my god. It was funny. It was like, and I kept doing it too. I was like, I'm not going to admit defeat. I'm not going to admit defeat. Regit is not better than me. I'm not going to admit it. And then I couldn't even come close to getting it right. Hate to admit it, but you're better than me. At least when it comes to gameplay. I'm sure you're better at chemistry than me. Oh no! Oh no! Oh no! There's the water everywhere. Oh, that's unfortunate. Oh no. So how are you?
Me?
Yeah, you.
Alright.
Alright. Doing. You just doing?
Yeah.
You feeling good? Feeling fine? Feeling alright?
Alright, yeah.
Better than not feeling alright.
Yeah.
You don't sound alright.
Yeah.
No, I didn't steal it. It's his show. It's his show, not mine.
Yeah.
Shut up, Pierre. Careful, crime. Regit, I'm about to go to jail for grand larceny. Hijacked a stream.
Yeah.
Oops. You sure you're doing alright?
Yeah. Same clip saying, yeah, that's actually quite a good idea. Um, I,
That's soundboard. You saying yeah?
I just need some input from the chat. This is our sort of our one opportunity. I'm glad what we've got done so far. I'm glad we got some support in the chat. Like, this is so cringy. Windows XP and wuh. So
It's funny.
if there's any other stuff people in the chat think we should go over and, I don't know, resolve or talk about.
All the conflict, so I mean, all the closures are here.
Mm.
You know, it's chill and whatnot. This pedal Rangers. Once.
Or we could answer a question from Adler, because it seems quite I've forgotten what the word is. Anyway, is Regit ever going to mention me being block on YouTube on my main and then banning me from his Discord server? So, Adler, I would have blocked you on YouTube because of a series of nasty and unconstructive comments that I wouldn't have wanted to see any more of. Regarding the server, you were given due warnings by different members of the admin team, then banned, but then ultimately you were allowed to come back. So you're still here anyway. So there you go. Don't really know what much more I can say about that.
I can't have any input on that. I don't know what happened. Little Kobe. Hey, Regit. You want to make a fan's dreams come true?
Oh. Yeah?
A certain person that's been practically begging you.
Oh yeah, I've noticed that all stream actually. Yeah. Yeah. Hello to you. The thing is, right? I like to give people a reply, but if I do it for people who are like, "Can you reply?" That's just gonna lead, I don't know, well, not everyone, because not everyone's interested, but a lot of people to possibly just say, "Can you reply?" If there's something interesting to like start a conversation
about it.
or
they're being funny about it.
No, but
emo stream. You don't encourage it every time, but every now and again, you gotta make someone's day.
Yeah, well, I mean, like I like to talk about things, but then if someone's like, can you reply? It doesn't really start any kind of
Regit, notice me.
Conversation. Like you say, you've been noticed, and that's the end of that, and then it's really difficult to say anything else.
I've been noticed. What now? I've been noticed. I didn't plan for this. Is my life over now?
They've gone silent now.
Tomorrow? I've been noticed. What else do I have to live? What?
Regit, why did you start YouTube? And are you on half term now? Yeah, it's just started. And YouTube because oh yeah, my stock answer to this is one day I want to make a video about that, explaining all the little things, because there's actually lots of little different reasons.
What's half term?
Half terms, weeks holiday in between like Christmas, Easter, and summer holidays.
Huh. Also, I mean, why did you make Regit fan art even if you disliked him back then? Uh, uh, well, start off like, all right. I can't say I didn't dislike him. I can't say that because I wanted to help, but he was also so frustrating that it would be bestly uh, misleading to say that I didn't dislike him. Um, but I don't think I can answer that question. I seriously don't think I have a suitable answer. Um, God, some things were meant as jokes, like the no Fortnite emote. Uh, that is so prevalent in the Discord server apparently. Um, I was planning to keep this a secret till the end of time. It was actually, it stemmed from a stream that I did where and then I forget. Oh no! Oh no! Hello?
Hello. Yeah, your entire explanation, whatever that was, just sort of turned into a garble. Um.
Oh, hello? Hello?
Oh.
There we go. Whew. Oh, my internet's chugging for some reason. No idea why. Can you hear me now?
Yeah.
Okay. Whew. Uh, that was something. Anyway, what was the last thing you heard?
Uh. I'm going to keep this. I was planning to keep this a secret till the end of time, but
Oh, wow, the entire thing cut out, huh? Anyway, um, it was it was a stream. I think it was an art stream. No, it started as an art stream, and then I started playing Zoo Tycoon. It was a I was like doodling stuff, and it turned into it was like I don't think it was a very populous stream, but it turned into us messing around, making fun of Frigate and stuff like that. It was this is yeah, you were there. Oh, Kobe, you were there. Um, it was big big fun times, and this is right around the time that the whole Regit's war on Fortnite thing was happening. Um, and whew, I drew that in like 10 minutes because we were all laughing about it. And I stuck it in the right, bottom right hand corner of my actual stream while I was playing other games. And it sat there for quite a while until my computer started chugging, and I I took it off, and I forget who, but someone that image made its way to your server at some point.
oh yeah.
I forget if I did it or if it was someone else or I feel like it was originally a joke, and it was like, let's see how long it takes for Regit to notice that I made it.
I had no idea who'd made it. Actually, I was quite impressed by it, but I thought, you know, this emoji's just appeared. I'll just accept that. To be fair,
It was a big meme. Oh yeah, Kobe, you don't need to expand on that. um, um, but yeah, it was a big joke of how long we could go before you realized that it was made by me, and I'm sure at some point. I don't think this is the first time hearing that movie. Is it?
y your audio's gone garbled again.
No. Uh, I don't know why. Can you hear me?
Yeah,
Alright, it's better now?
yeah.
It's normally not this bad. That's weird. I'm not the one streaming. I shouldn't be getting these issues. um, yeah, I don't think this is the first you're hearing of me being the person behind that emote, right? You've known about this for a little while.
Um, Vaguely, possibly, yeah. It's taken on a new identity now, though.
Well, yes, obviously.
It's now Find Your Fortnite, uh, which is for Fortnite players to find each other and play Fortnite.
Oh my god, that's funny, actually. But yeah, it was just a joke from a stream that we just turned into another joke to see how long it would take. Oh boy, fun times. I'm not gonna lie.
Noah Plays Games joined the server. Oh, he finally has. Oh, that's brilliant.
I don't know who that is.
Noah Plays Games. Well, he sort of came to a lot of people's attention because what he did in his descriptions and tags, he put like all the other Battle Cats YouTubers, but you kind of you couldn't hate him for it because his thumbnails were so brilliant. He had this brilliant way of making this sort of shocked face, and he'd put his face like next to a cyclone, like his mouth
Wait, I
wide
think I know who
open.
you're talking about now. uh, uh, yeah, I think I was asked to transparent something like that for an emote. Yeah, I know who you're talking about now. Uh, he's like a goofball kid, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Um, Flabber! Flabber! Oh my god. What are you linking? Oh, totally. That guy's here. Flabber, do you still... What was that? God, I have to find that video now. This stupid music video you did or something. The Rip Every Play video. Uh, but yeah. Fun times, fun times, fun times. How do people miss me? I never did anything. I drew occasionally. I ran the server, but I mean, I I think Discord cat kind of went down the toilet. I don't know what happened, but yeah, sometime when because I was fizzling out, the server didn't formally go like switch hands until like halfway through the summer, I think. Yeah, PG and Galaxy mess with it. Um, you have no idea what I'm talking about. Did not get any sleep last night. Well, it's a lot. I got some sleep last night. Not that much though. Invite. Oh no! Oh no! I forgot about my mission. Before the stream even started, I kind of made a big deal out of, you know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna like slowly contort Regit's name every single time I refer to him. You know, Regit, and then Rogert, and Yogurt, and keep going. I forgot. Unfortunate. It's Boombot Shop. I can sort that out behind the scenes. It's not something that needs to be done on stream. No, Regit, I have a question for you. I think I've asked this of Kobe before, but
Right.
You Brits have a really weird way of spelling yogurt, don't you? It's like
Yogurt.
Yeah, it's like YOGHOURT or something like that.
How DJs just spelt it.
I was like an OURT. I don't know anything. I know like vague things, vague weirdnesses, like about Britain, but I don't know like anything really. I just like, wait, is that real? It's like I know the OUR thing. I know some of the stuff from Neopets actually. That was my first experience with it. There's some like weird colloquialisms and stuff like that. Hey, can we not type things out one letter at a time, please? That's kind of spammy, not really conducive to a flowing chat. Please and thank you. I don't mean to mod your chat for you, Regit, but I just noticed that.
Well, some good modding.
Well, I mean, I do, but it's, he's at my mom's. Why are you guys asking me questions that literally nobody else here knows about? It's like people that I know coming in and asking me like, hey, what about your dog? Like, what? Hey, what are your chickens, huh? Where are your chickens? Like, nobody knows about my goddamn chickens. Stop asking me about my chickens.
Is Regit 50 years old behind a voice changer?
Yes!
I feel like it sometimes, yeah. So I'll actually be 80 years old by the time I do a face reveal.
Yeah, he's actually 50 years old right now. Next year, he'll be 80. And the year after that, he'll be celebrating his 200th birthday.
Yeah, time moves fast in the Battle Cats community.
Reginald. That's a funny nickname. That's. How do you feel about Ray? If I saw him, I would hug him and punch him at the same time. I think that's how a lot of people feel. Although, a lot of people would only do the latter. I know a lot of people who would only do the latter. Well, let's be real. Nobody of us would actually do anything because we never leave our house. If we're being real. Defeat. How long is Battle Cats and Rangers? Jesus.
Oh, it's never ending. Well, theoretically.
Oh, is it? I mean, it clearly ends, but like.
You get to a point where you just can't go any further, really.
That's the definition of end, isn't it?
Well, as in, it doesn't have a proper end. It just repeats the level names after a few.
It does that. My question is, how many levels are there right now?
I got no idea, but the furthest I've got is 220-ish.
Hey, Rangers is a high-quality game made by perfectly able-minded people that did not give us the likes of, Give me a second to think of a shitty Battle Cats level. Oh, damn! I cursed! I'm sorry. The joke fell on its face because I couldn't think of a bad Battle Cats level off the top of my head. Like, I know there are plenty, but I'm just like...
Gestalt Decay, that one's impossible.
Which one is the stupid floor that everyone hates? Like, is it floor 30 or floor 40 that it's like the worst?
Out of those two, probably 40.
Like, I know 40 is harder, but like, I think it was like floor 30 is bad. Where's Lucas? Where's Lucas when you need him?
Lucas doesn't like floor 40 because of, I don't know, attack rates or something.
Which is the one that has the stupid angel spam?
Yeah, 40.
Yeah. I think that's the big one. Because it's like if you accidentally clip, then it's game over.
Hmm.
I know they're both hard, but I remember, like, I keep bringing Wolf up. He was mentioning how, like, one of them was, like, really stupid. Because one of them is more executable based, or execution based, and one of them is, like, a lot of just stupid tedium and not fun at all. I think it was 30. Fuck it. Which is stupider? Floor 30 or floor 40? I forget. Bam. Get an answer? Probably in a year. I could use either of them, to be honest. Well, no, okay, I take it back. Because it was not that one was, like, a worse, like, play. It was, like, one is poorly designed, and one is just hard.
Hmm.
I remember that was the big thing. It was like they're both difficult, but one is difficult for the wrong reasons, type of a thing. It's like the difference between a stage that is hard, but like it's not hard because it's poorly designed. It's hard because it's yeah. It's really quick. 40 is the poorly designed stage. The cringe hurts. I'm sorry. You should hopefully take something for that. If cringing hurts you, then you probably have something going on. Oh no! I'm dying again? Am I?
Not that I'm aware of.
Oh, okay.
Not to call an end to it if there's anything more to say, but is there anything more to say?
Yeah, I mean, just chilling out, really. It's a chill stream. Nothing wrong with that.
Yeah. I have... How's it doing? Okay, it's ready to publish, but I don't think anybody's made a thumbnail. Oh no, people might have. Oh, Cola Bottle's just made a beautiful thumbnail for it. So I got a plan that basically, because YouTube's got a premiere thing, I will premiere a video as this stream ends.
Alright, since you're working on something.
That is an amazing thumbnail as well. Right, okay.
No, I would never be a thumbnail person. Not for free anyway. I have a lot of work to do that is paid, and I am a firm believer that people who do thumbnails for YouTubers should have some sort of compensation. Form of like shout out at the end at minimum, and actual money compensation once the YouTuber is able to provide that anyway.
It's a fair stance. I feel like there's a lot of good argument for that. I feel like there's a lot of good argument for that.
It's more of just the nature of, you know, artists. You ever see that one Twitter account for exposure.txt? It's just a matter of if someone's putting in the time to make you something that you're going to use, because, you know, thumbnails will make a video perform better. That's just proven as a fact.
Yeah.
You know, if they're taking time to create something like that for you, you know, the least you can do is like give them a shout out or something like that.
Yeah. I mean, it's difficult having uploaded a video which then the thumbnail is made for. I mean, I guess people who do longer projects with stuff done in advance is a lot easier, but I definitely make sure to have it in the description and a link if people want it.
That too, yeah. There's some sort of compensation, not just, hey guys, give me a thumbnail, and thanks, bye. You know, just some sort of, or a special role, or something in return. You know, something.
Yeah.
Especially because it leads to this problem of people, especially kids who are like sub 16, undervaluing their own time and work. Because if you're a kid and you're like, your reward is getting your art used in a video, that's the reward. It's like, well, you could say, it's like saying working at McDonald's, the reward is seeing someone happily enjoy, but you know, it's not how it works. But a lot of kids get that mindset for a lot of, you know, when they're used like that, it's just kind of this thing that results in there's this. Now this is I'm not gonna name the channel because it's not in the community. It has nothing to do with the community, and it's just based on an encounter that I had with them. So I'm not gonna sit here and make allegations against a big channel like that. There's a very large channel that is animation based, and it is. I'm gonna try and there are a lot of stick animation YouTube channels out there, right? There's these stick animations, which are obviously easy enough to make, and they have these long videos, like 30 minutes long, full of animation. And I found this channel because I was contacted on. I was uploading stuff on Tumblr because that's just the platform that I use to throw my art on. That's it. And I was contacted by them, like, "Hey, do you want to work for us? We saw your animation, and you look like a pretty cool person. Do you want to work for us? You'll be compensated. You'll be paid." And it's like, I went to look into it, and they have millions of views on their channel, but they have so much, and the quantity. They always say that when you do animation, when you're hired for art and animation, specifically animation, you want to price yourself very fairly. You don't want to let someone else decide your pricing, and you want to work it out. You want to negotiate it, but as a whole, you don't want to charge. Put it this way, you're going to be getting at least 4 figures for a minute of animation. You're going to get at least 4 figures. I think they even said that, like, this is something that Studio Yada said, where they will tell people if someone is offering you less than like $8,000 per minute of animation, don't do it because it's a scam. $10,000 is like the normal. It's because it's a lot of work. So how the hell is this stupid little YouTube channel? It has a lot of views on its video, sure, but it's not exactly it's still limited. That YouTube money is not gonna pay, like, if the normal rate, even if you're going below the normal rate and doing $5,000 per minute, that's, let me pull up a calculator. 5,000. The video that I saw was like 28 minutes. So you're telling me that they spent $140,000 on this big long YouTube video, and like, what's their return on investment, right? It's like, how are they confident? And if they have $140,000 to drop anyway, why aren't they making some big budget thing that's gonna go viral and get everything? And so my general theory was that the only way that could be sustainable is if they're offering criminally low rates. They're looking, and I got recruited, right? I was like, "Hey, you want to join our animation group? You want to join this YouTube channel? We got millions of views, and we got all these subscribers. You want to join? It's this big promise of like, oh, we're so big, So what they would probably do is approach younger animators who are just starting, get them in some contract where they animate for them. They pay them criminally low, but when you're like 12, 13, 14, 15, and someone's saying, "Hey, you animate casually, I'll pay you like $400 for some animation," and they're like, "Whoa, that's a lot of money," even though that's like criminally underpaid for what they're supposed to be really being paid. you know?
Mm.
Just the allure of just, it's 3 figures. Whoa, that's a lot. That's more than I ever make. You know, it's like, and it gets them used to having that sort of low expectancy and low value for themselves. You know, they allow themselves to get kind of walked on like that because they have nobody really to tell them no. And I think taking advantage of younger animators who do have talent, you know, that's the thing. They have talent. They could go somewhere, but they're just lured into this trap basically because, you know, oh, $400, that's a lot of money. Whoa, you know. And now instead of spending $140,000 on their video, they're spending under $10,000. They're almost spending. They're not even spending the normal amount that you're supposed to spend for 1 minute of animation.
Mm.
They're not even hitting that number, and they are getting 28 minutes of animation. You know, it's that kind of predatory behavior, predatory financially, is a big reason why I am so like saddened when I see a lot of YouTubers use their own status as the reward. Your reward is you get to be my thumbnailer. That's like, that breeds that mentality that lets kids fall so victim to those kinds of things. And I see it happen so much because they're, you know, they're impressionable. They're kids. They think that that's how it's supposed to go, and oh well, I shouldn't really be being paid this much because it's you know, whatever. Oh, it's okay. You don't have to. You don't have to. You know, they don't value themselves. It leads to self-esteem issues. It leads to them being able to be just walked on like that, and it just, oof, hate seeing it. I really do.
Mm.
You know, even a shout out or something to, you know, even then, I don't like to see it. But this shout out, at the very least, especially if the YouTuber is smaller, I can understand it a little bit more. It's more of like a collaborative effort. You know, it makes more sense because the YouTuber isn't like, they don't have money drilling holes in their pockets. So it makes a little more sense there as long as the artist gets something. You know, it's just a big trap that I see a lot of people fall into, and I think that, and I can say this from experience. You know, this sucks. This is gonna sound really bad. All right, I'm gonna put this out there. This is gonna sound really bad, and it's gonna sound like I'm vilifying people who do shoutouts right after I just said at the least do that. Nobody will check you out from a shoutout. You want to know how I know? Because it's happened to me twice, where big YouTubers that, well, big enough. There were 2 channels that this happened on. One that was something that was without my permission, I don't think, from what I remember. This was years ago. I had a Five Nights at Freddy's drawing that I did back in 2014, 13 or 14? No, 14, 15? Something like that. I forget when Five Nights at Freddy's came out, but it was a little bit after Five Nights at Freddy's came out, a few months. Somebody found it. It blew up. Somebody found it, and you know, after it fizzled out, and was like, "Hey, I'm gonna use this in my thumbnail," and they put a link at the bottom of the description to me. I didn't even notice any dent because despite that video having gotten, how many views does it have now? You want to see what video I'm talking about? It's Chris Rim because at the time my name was Trucy. It's Riskrim and Truucey. You can see that's the thing. It has almost 200,000 views now. I have not gotten. I might have gotten like one or two people off of that. You don't get anything. There was another one by a Mario Kart YouTuber called Megalore. I did a drawing for him as a gift, and he used it, and I don't think I got anybody from that. Nobody checks out the artists that are shouted out. It just doesn't happen. You might get one or two. You'll get like a tiny 0.001% of the viewers will check you out.
It's true. I think that happened in a Matt Shea Battle Cats video once. I'd been like telling him about Heavenly Tower, and he pointed that out and just mentioned me. And I think I don't know.
Yeah, most of the people who would take notice of that are people who know you already. Like, oh my god, they mentioned this other person I watch.
Yeah.
It's people who already know you that point it out.
Like, when I happened to upload a video at the same time as Matt that happened to be about the same Uber roll thing that Matt was doing, I got far more people coming from his stuff than on the video where he said about me helping him with Heavenly Tower.
People don't care about shoutouts. Shoutouts are glorified nothing, really. It's a way to feel special because you see your name or you hear your name somewhere, and it feels good to see it, but in reality, nobody. Put it this way: all these really amazing things, all these really amazing videos that have long credits lists and stuff like that. Has Been Hotel. That's a big thing. It doesn't even have lengthy credits, right? You know what Has Been Hotel is, right, Regit?
I don't know.
Do you know Vivzy Pop?
No.
She's an animator. She's some animator that did Die Young music video, and she's making a web series, like an animated YouTube web series called Has Been Hotel, and it's really interesting. I have my doubts because the last time she tried to tackle hell was in a different comic that didn't end up too well. But that aside, she has doesn't even have a lot of credits, and nobody. I'm interested in artists and animators, and I never find myself sifting through the credits to see who the in-between colorist is. They put in a lot of work, and they don't get recognition. That's why money exists, so that they get something, because shoutouts don't really do much. The only time shoutouts do anything is if it's a section where they're like how sponsorships look. That's the only time they really do anything. If they're like, hey, this artist that made the thumbnail to this video, they're pretty cool. They have this store full of cool stuff that's like crossover and whatnot. Why don't you follow? That will probably get more people because there's a focus, People are looking at it, It's the guy telling you to check something out. Oh, that reminds me. Hey, Regit, I have a proposition for you.
Yeah?
There's something that I think I actually mentioned to you once or twice in one of those long comments. Something that you probably should do, just to have it out there, is shirts. Because you have some funny quotes and stuff. Like, you have your whole spoon thing. You have your character. You have a mascot and a logo and stuff like that. Just upload it on Redbubble and have people just snag your character on a shirt. It costs you nothing. And it might pump a little bit of
I did think about that sort of thing, but I thought I don't really know how to go about doing it. And although I said back in the picture competitions for the stuff, you know, if you're given this design, you're sort of giving the rights to it over. But I'd still want to find snowflake bottles and ask them. But I have no idea who and where they are to ask them.
I might, if I have time, because I'm kind of busy with other paid projects, but if I have time, like, I could set something up, you know. I could just, like, maybe revamp your logo a little bit, clean it up, stuff like that, and make it scalable, stuff like that. I could, mess around with stuff. I have old art I could probably throw on a shirt or something, you know. That'd be cool. If I get made a shirt, I love a heavy focus on the background of your icon, just because it'll be good. Yeah. That's the thing. That's the big thing that frustrates me, because you have so much potential for, like, you have many quotes that you can just throw on a shirt. It doesn't cost you anything. You just take an image, have somebody make you an image, and just upload it on Redbubble, and it's it's gonna take a cut, but
Yeah.
you know,
Like, definitely.
you got a couple. What is cents in Britain? Is it quid? Is that what it is?
Quid?
Something like that.
Oh, I see. A cent. A cent would be a pence.
Pence.
Yeah.
I don't know what quid is.
Quid is like $1.
Ah. Yeah. So you get a little, like, I know for me, when I did Redbubble a little bit, you get like 20 cents on every sale, which is pitifully low. But considering all you have to do is upload an image, and they'll print it, ship it, and handle all the finances for you. It's just something, it's just passive.
Yeah. I mean, I'd never heard of Redbubble, to be fair, but
It's like TeePublic. It's the same kind of thing. It's basically just some website where you have a page and you upload images, and they will print the images on shirts for you and send them out to people. It's made to order and stuff like that.
Hmm.
There are a number of websites that you can do that. The only downside, really, is that they take a large amount, because, they're making it, printing it, they are handling all of the finances, and all you're doing is uploading an image.
Mm.
But, even still, just having something on the side, just a little bit coming in, it adds up. And Patreon also. Everyone's doing Patreon. It doesn't hurt to just have one,
I mean, what
Worst case scenario, you don't get very many patrons, but even then, put it this way, you can get patrons. Shut up. Patreon is great. Yeah. I know there will be at least a handful of people who would pledge to you on Patreon.
What I've said to
a handful of
what I was saying to people about Patreon was that basically I would set one up if it came to a point where I find some kind of way to do YouTube as a job, but need a Patreon to be able to make the bills.
Well, that's the big thing, is that there's a reason that, like, every YouTuber uses Patreon, because it's a way to stay stable off of YouTube, doing that as a job and stuff like that, while not being reliant on YouTube's demonetization, stuff like that. Because worst case scenario, you get demonetized, you still have a link to your Patreon right there. You still have a link to your Patreon, and anything that you're selling, like merchandise and stuff like that. It's passive. It's something that's free. All it costs is, like, your time to set it up, and that's really it. that's mostly the thing, is that it doesn't really cost anything. All it does is, you know, the the website makes money on each sale and on each pledge. You know, it's something that you just do. You just set up, and that's it. Worst case scenario, you don't get as much as you hope, but you're still getting something. You know, something better than nothing.
Yeah. It's food for thought, definitely.
Yeah. How long have I been doing this? Jesus. 86 minutes ago. I never even noticed the description. This time, a conversation has been arranged with Aviivix, a person who, in the past, has not been at all kind towards me. Hopefully, better things are going to come of this.
I think they have.
I'm sorry, my British accent is not that great. I'm from New York. I'm not. every time I try to do the accent, it's just me. It just sounds like a New Yorker painfully trying to do Cockney. Oh no! Water everywhere again. I put things down way too hard. Whew. But yeah. I don't know anything about where this this channel has gone in the past while, but they say with Patreon, you should expect, in terms of planning for like Patreon stuff, they say expect at the worst, 0.01%. So if you have, what's your subs count at now? 43,000 times 0.01. You still have, if 0.01% of your subscribers donated, would that be that? I think so. That would be 430.
I don't.
If that's 0.01%. I think 43 or 430. Add or subtract to 0. But still,
40.
It's still a lot of people,
43, I think. Yeah.
Yeah. Wait. 43 times times 0.01. That's how you do that, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, 430.
All right.
43 is 0.001.
Okay.
So why are we putting that? Hell, even if it's just a handful of people, right? Let's put it this way: people wail on battle cats. So if people can wail on battle cats in this community, there are people who like you enough to pledge $1 a month, Hell of a lot more honest than putting like 12 mineral ads in every video. Put it that way.
Yeah.
And then, you're getting more. Because Patreon is probably going to net you more money than YouTube nets you. Just as. Oh, nothing. Just by nature, it's probably going to net you more than YouTube nets you. It's way more reliable. And even if you only get a couple bucks a month, that's still a couple bucks extra a month. don't know what YouTube figures are, but I know it's not as glamorous as a lot of people like to pretend it is when they have like brand deals. That's why YouTubers have sponsorships and stuff like that.
If it's all right then, at this point, I'd like to end off the stream here because I mean it's getting quite late at night for me, and I should be quiet really now. Sorry.
What time is it for you?
10:20.
Oh Jesus!
Yeah.
Right. Okay. That's a time difference.
So what I think I'm gonna do, if I've got this correct yet, all the description and stuff is done. Well, hang on. If I... Oh, but I don't know if that'll work. Okay, right, so I'm gonna end off the stream about sort of nowish, but at the same time, I'm gonna premiere today's upload. Hopefully that'll work.
That'll work, yeah.
So, thank you for coming along and having a chat. It's been good, to be fair.
It's been a lot of me talking. I'm sorry. I'm sorry I kind of stole the spotlight.
But I think it's
a few times there.
Good to have talked to a real person, if you know what I mean.
A real person? I'm a real boy! Alright, well, sounds like a good place to bop the stream at.
Is Chawsey not a real person? Well, yeah, what I meant by that is the person...
Chawsey is actually sent from a spy from Russia.
Hmm.
And by spy, I mean spy drone. And by drone, I mean drone fly.
But yeah, I mean it like sort of the person behind the profile, in that who you're talking to before is just some completely disconnected entity. But then when you actually talk to them, it's
A bird.
a lot easier to have a discussion.
Yeah. And you know, another part of it that part of the reason why I would kind of have, you know, why I prefer voice chat and stuff like that is because I know there are a lot of problems that come about from misconstruing text.
Yeah.
So having, you know, the tone and stuff like that, you know, just to kind of chill it out, you know.
Hmm. Right then. Okay. So I think I'm going to put those wheels in motion and end off the stream. Thank you for coming along, and goodbye, I guess.
See ya.
Rightio. Okay. You heard the, well, me, video. Yeah, let's do that. I think it's only Adler who doesn't like the premiere feature, so let's go.